Okay, real question. Who do you trust the most in your life? Your best friend, your parents, maybe yourself? Now, what if I told you the one thing you trust the most, more than any person on this planet, is lying to you right now as you watch this video? And the worst part, you can't stop it. You can't catch it because the liar is your own brain. Today, we're going to expose every single way your brain manipulates you and why it does it. And trust me, by the end of this video, you will never see yourself the same way again. Let's start with something you're absolutely sure about. Your memories. You remember your first day of school. You remember that argument you had with your friend. You remember exactly what happened because you were there, except you probably don't. Here's the thing about memory that nobody teaches you in school. Your brain doesn't record memories like a camera. It reconstructs them. And every single time you remember something, your brain is basically rebuilding that moment from scratch and filling in the gaps with whatever makes the most sense, which means every time you remember something, you're also slightly changing it. Scientists call this memory reconsolidation, and it's been proven again and again in experiments. In one famous study, researcher Elizabeth Loftus asked people about a car accident. She changed just one word in her question. Instead of asking how fast the cars were going when they hit each other, she asked how fast they were going when they smashed into each other. Just that one word, hit versus smashed, made people remember the crash as more violent with broken glass, even when there was no broken glass in the video at all. One word, fake memory. Instant. So that argument you had last year, where you remember every word perfectly and you were definitely right, yeah, maybe rethink that. Here's another one your brain does constantly, and this one is wild. Your brain is a pattern-finding machine. It evolved to find patterns because patterns kept early humans alive. If you hear rustling in the bushes, your brain says, danger, pattern, run, before you even consciously think about it. Great for surviving lions, not so great for modern life, because your brain finds patterns even when there are none. This is called apophenia. And it's why humans see faces in clouds, why we think things come in threes, why gamblers believe they're on a lucky streak. None of those patterns are real. Your brain just can't help itself. And it goes deeper than that. Ever had a song come on right at the perfect moment and thought, whoa, wow, that was meant to be? Ever thought of someone and then they called you and you thought, we must be connected somehow? Your brain noticed that one time it happened. It quietly ignored the hundreds of times you thought of that person and they didn't call. It's not magic. It's your brain lying to you about how the world works and making you feel like the universe is sending you signs. Okay, here's the one that genuinely might break your brain a little. You believe you make your own decisions, right? Of course you do. You chose to watch this video. You chose what to eat today. You're in control. Except that the studies show that a massive number of your decisions are actually made by your brain before you're even consciously aware of them. In a famous experiment by neuroscientist Benjamin Libet, people were told to flick their wrist whenever they wanted, completely freely, while their brain activity was being monitored. The result? Their brain showed activity preparing for the movement up to half a second before the person consciously decided to move. Their brain had already made the decision. Conscious them just got informed about it afterward. Half a second doesn't sound like much, but it means your brain decided first and then told you, hey, you just decided this. And if that's true for something as simple as flicking your wrist, what does that mean for the bigger decisions in your life? So why? Why does your brain lie to you this much? Here's the thing. It's not doing it to hurt you. It's doing it to protect you. Your brain's number one job is not to make you smart. It's not to make you happy. It's not even to show you the truth. Its number one job is to keep you alive and functioning, using as little energy as possible. Truth is expensive. Uncertainty is expensive. Questioning everything takes massive mental effort. So your brain takes shortcuts. It fills in gaps. It finds patterns. It manufactures confidence. It edits memories. Because a brain that does all that is faster, more decisive, and more likely to survive than one that questions everything constantly. You were literally built to be fooled by yourself. And that's just part one. Because we haven't even talked about how your brain manipulates your emotions, twists your perception of time, makes you biased against people without you realizing it, and my personal favorite, makes you believe you're more unique than you actually are. Part two is already out. Link in the description and right here on screen. And if this video made your brain hurt a little, good. That means it's working. If you found this interesting, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe, and that's just part one. Because we haven't even talked about how your brain manipulates your emotions, twists your perception of time, makes you biased against people without you realizing it, and my personal favorite, makes you believe you're more unique than you actually are. Part two is already out. Link in the description and right here on screen. And if this video made your brain hurt a little, good. That means it's working. If you found this interesting, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe so you don't miss part two, and share this with someone whose brain you want to break today. See you in part two.